Thanks, Mitchell. Let's send it back to the tower.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason Wygant. Let's get busy with the 250Bs. Oh, several of your front riders down. It almost looked like one of your hole shot guys slid out. Who is one of the riders there? We're trying to make out who they are. 3 guys go down in that first turn. Kawasaki rider out front. Is that Dylan Schwartz on the number 74 machine? It is. What a great start for Dylan. There's Jalek Swoll passing his way into the number 2 spot on the number 30 machine, and the number 73 machine in the number 2 spot. So it's Dylan Schwartz out front, and Hardy Munoz in that number 2 spot. But for how long? Jalek Swoll is coming. Dylan Schwartz can run this leader's pace, no doubt. Try to catch up with our 4th place rider, and I believe that might be Pierce Brown. Jalek Swoll comes in with a little bit of a points cushion here. He's got a 3 points to Pierce Brown's 5. So Jalek with 2 1-moto scores. Pierce Brown with 3 2-moto scores. There's Pierce Brown lurking in the background. Dylan Schwartz out of Alpine, California, the Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki rider. Doing work right now. Hardy Munoz holding off Jalek Swoll. Swoll flashes that Husqvarna on the inside and slides right past Munoz. Here comes Pierce Brown. He wants to do the same. Tough break for your 3 or so riders that went down on that start. That was either your 1st or 2nd place rider. Had a great start. Careful on this jump here, guys. The landing of the double again, a little tricky. That's what got Pierce Brown a couple of days ago. Pierce Brown in the number 4 spot. Andrea Adamo, 5th. Parker Mashburn is 6th. Mason Gonzalez, 7th. Devin Simonson, 8th. Carter Bees, 9th. Cole Swindler is 10th. That is your top 10. Jalek Swoll controls this race with 2 1-moto scores. Pierce Brown's 3 2-moto scores. And then the numbers really fall off. So it's basically between Swoll and Brown. And Pierce Brown's going to have to make 2 passes. And he's got to get around some riders to make a move here. Dylan Schwartz continues to lead on the 74 Kawasaki. Munoz in the number 2 spot. Swoll has actually gotten into that number 2 spot. Pierce Brown cannot get around Hardy Munoz. He's been back there for a couple of laps now, and all the while, Jalek Swoll starting to reel in your leader, Dylan Schwartz, and that would further extend his points lead. There's a look at your leaders there, the Kawasaki, the Husqvarna. Dylan Schwartz out front, Swoll right there with him now. Pierce Brown, it looks like he has cleared Munoz. Into that big Thor sweeper we'll pick up with our leaders. The hyper-competitive 250B class, they have slugged it out every time they line up. Pierce Brown now has gotten around Munoz. He has got to make 2 passes. He needs Jalek Swoll to stay exactly where he is, and he's got to get around both those riders. They would then be tied in points, and of course, Third Moto would break that tie, but lots of racing yet to go. Jalek Swoll with a 154, Pierce Brown with a 158. Hardy Munoz with that 159. I'm sure Pierce Brown will bring that number down now that he's got some clear racetrack to work with. Through the mechanics area we go. Jalek Swoll has locked in on the 74, the California rider of Dylan Schwartz.
Hey, Kevin Kelly.
Kawasaki has their hopes pinned on Dylan Schwartz. Schwartz sits 3rd in this championship.
Kevin Kelly.
Yes.
I'm going to jump in here for a second. I got Seth Hammaker. We're going to talk about that 250A high drama. So we got him down here in the impound area. We talked to Mitchell Falk about it. And just give me a second. We'll be back in the B class here in just a moment. So we got Seth Hammaker of Team Green Kawasaki. It was a big battle right off the start. Just take me through your perspective. That first lap, it got crazy.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I just got myself off to a hole shot. And then just tried to sprint. Mitchell Falk got around me the first 2 corners, and then was able to get back around him, and then right after that, me and him collided and went down, both of us. So it took a while for me to get up, and once I got up, I just tried to charge my way through the whole moto and get as far up as I could. At that point, there was nothing else but that to do, and you know, I was happy with how I charged back, but it was still a bummer. But happy with how the week has been going, besides a few mishaps. But all we can do is just charge forward, look forward to the next moto.
All right, there we go. That's Seth Hammaker. They'll all be back for Open Pro Sport. Thanks for that. Kevin, take it away. You can take it, Kevin. We see the battle up front right now. Swole working Schwartz and Pierce Brown trying to close the gap from third. They're going past this billboard turn and through the mechanics area. This is going to be a shootout, just like in that 250A. We have contenders up front early, battling with each other, going to settle it straight out.
Jalek Swole has a comfortable points lead. He does not have to get around your leader, Dylan Schwartz. Jalek Swole in that number 2 spot. Swole has 5 points. Currently, Pierce Brown has 8, so Swole has some numbers to work with. But Pierce Brown needs to get up there, rattle the cage of Jalek Swole, hope for a mistake, and then he has to get past Dylan Schwartz, your current race leader. So lots to be done for the number 63 Orange Brigade KTM rider. 2-1 moto scores for Jalek Swole, 3-2 moto scores for Pierce Brown, 5-8 moto scores for Schwartz. So Schwartz really could play the spoiler here if he can stay where he's at, keep Swole behind him, let Pierce Brown by. And I'm sure they've worked that out. They've sent emails back and forth, got that all set up. Pierce Brown has closed in. It's been a good lap for Pierce. All that battling with Swole and Schwartz has probably helped Pierce Brown reel in Jalek Swole. Here he comes, 2 bike links, in fact. Those two are inseparable on a racetrack. Hopefully they'll race this thing nice and clean as they work their way into the middle portion of the racetrack. Great ride for Dylan Schwartz. This is his best ride of the week, saving his best for last. The number 74 Kawasaki doing work right now, letting everybody know, don't forget about me. Here comes Pierce Brown. He's got a head of steam. He has absolutely caught your leaders. We'll look down through the top 10. Munoz still 4th. Andrea Adamo 5th. Parker Mashburn 6th. Mason Gonzalez 7th. Carter Beast 8th. Devin Simonson, and here's your first call for Jesse Flock. What a bummer here. Flock has just not been able to perform here this week at the ranch. Bad starts have really been a problem for Jesse Flock. Lap riders now coming into play, going into the 10 Commandments. A little bit of a bobble. Pierce Brown has a run on Jalek Swole. They are side by side. Who's going to hold on to it? Pierce Brown around the outside again. He's going to land. They almost touch, and Pierce Brown takes over the number 2 spot. He displaces Jalek Swole with the quickness. That one mistake leading into the 10 Commandments, and Pierce Brown had all the momentum in the world. Now he's got to go after your leader, Dylan Schwartz. As we're only 4 laps into this, I believe we're going to go about 9 or 10 is what it's worked out. Pierce Brown is not done yet. He has to get around the number 74 now of Dylan Schwartz, having his best ride, hands down, of the week.
I'm going to do some simple math here. Brown has five points coming in with 3-2. Oh, I see. I thought earlier you said he had 8 points coming in. He had 8 points while he was running in.
So Brown makes his pass around Schwartz. They're tied in points.
Yeah, and the tiebreaker, of course, goes to the better third moto. So that pass that he made on Swole,
That's big.
that was huge. Now Dylan Schwartz, it all hangs in the balance.
Yeah, and then Jalek Swole can only watch from behind as Pierce Brown moves away. So right now, Jalek Swole would be your champion if you freeze the field, but if Pierce Brown makes one pass, and it looks like he's heading for the number 74 of Dylan Schwartz, and Swole finishes third, then Pierce Brown will be your champion. What a crazy week for Pierce Brown if he can pull this off after all the hard luck, all the crashes, for him to nail down a championship. That would be incredible. He is right there now, and they are pulling away from Jalek Swole. There's nothing Swole can do. This is everybody's best friend right now is Dylan Schwartz. If Pierce Brown gets around him, he wins the championship. If Swole can get around him after Brown does, then he wins. So who do you like better? Here comes Brown on the inside. Oh, careful. That was a little early on that pass. Pierce Brown getting a little anxious there as he lands that roller.
He hates the ground. He jumps everything he possibly can. He catches air over the singles. It paid off. It got him a drive on the inside. Sets him up beautifully. This sweeper, multiple lines. Who's got it?
Pierce Brown will nail down that pass. And if you freeze the field now, when they come through, you're going to see the points are tied up. But Dylan Schwartz is not done yet. Careful, boys.
Schwartz trying to get him back. Can't do it. So this is going to be a tie now in points. And as always, tie goes to the better third Moto finish. So Pierce Brown now in control of the championship.
But for how long? Now Jalek Swole's, his pit board's going to read, you got to make one pass. You have to pass Dylan Schwartz. And Swole is still there, Jason Wygant. In fact, Schwartz is immediately falling off.
6 laps in. Swole's got to wick it up. Hardy Munoz back there in 4th. Parker Mashburn 5th. Adamo, Gonzalez, Carter Bees, Devin Simonson, and Jesse Flock round out your top 10. So Pierce Brown has done his job. He's gotten around Swole. He's gotten around Schwartz, but Schwartz hanging right with him.
He absolutely, he wanted to make that pass, and that's a good thing if they can just push away from Jalek Swole. But we've got no favorites up here. The only thing I care about is a great race, and that's what we're getting. That's what we've gotten all week. Pound for pound, this week to me has been one of the best weeks in my experience at Loretta's.
Yeah, the racing has been unbelievable. Look at Schwartz keeping the heat on Pierce Brown. Brown able to edge away on that final jump in Storyland. But these ruts back here are so hard to get them clean. What does Swole have under the hood? Can he make a last dash? Maybe 3 laps to go, I'd say, at this point. So time's starting to run out.
Everybody's best friend right there on that Kawasaki. Yep. He's a decision maker. Dylan Schwartz.
Schwartz 5 and 8 in the first 2 motos. That's why he's not in title contention. It's all on the line. There you see the number 30, the Rockstar Husky, Jalek Swole. He's got to catch that mean green Kawasaki, take second away, or the title will slip from his grasp.
There's been that ebb and flow. It looked like Schwartz was going to get gobbled up by Swole, and then he goes after your leader, Pierce Brown. So Dylan Schwartz doing a great job. His absolute best ride of the week. Right up front off the start. Lap number 7 now. That's what you're watching.
Swole's back down him
now. Schwartz with a little bobble there, Jason. Holy
Swole railed that outside line. He's closing the gap. 1.2 seconds is the gap. He was 1 second quicker than Schwartz the last time around.
He knows exactly what he has to do here. Now, if he gets around Schwartz, does Pierce Brown slow down and have a little fun there for that number 2 spot?
Can't really do that. We've seen it happen before. And
never works out.
Will come right after you.
Right.
And rip that title away. You got to win it straight up. Way back, we saw Travis Pastrana do it. Saw Tyler Bowers do it. The referees will be watching quickly. If you try to slow somebody up and force other riders in there, they'll call you on it. So really, it's just between Swole. It's on his shoulders. If he can get Schwartz, the title is his. But remember, all these riders are out here trying to impress the talent scouts. If you're Team Green and you're watching Schwartz, you want to see him fight for it. So he has every motivation to try to stay in front of Swole. He's not going to hand it over. Sometimes in pro racing, you'll say, I've got nothing to gain, nothing to lose. I'll just let these guys slug it out for themselves. That's not what Dylan Schwartz is going to do in this situation. He's out for himself. He doesn't want to get passed.
Big factor here, all the lap riders now that are coming into play. Tons of lappers to work your way through. There's Pierce Brown. He has seen the dirt. more like Pierce ground a few times there. He crashed 5 times in about 4 motos.
Well, the dirt is brown. I think that's why he feels a kinship
To the dirt.
Yeah, he's had a few too many soil samples. So like you said at the beginning of this moto, if he can pull out a championship, that would be impressive.
Keeping Dylan Schwartz right there close. That's not a bad gig here.
There it is, Swole on the inside. Got him in this Polysport beach turn. It's wheel to wheel, and he makes the pass.
Unbelievable. With that pass now, Jalek Swole. Oh, and Swole gets hung up.
Oh!
There goes Dylan Schwartz around him. And Schwartz now the championship swings back to Pierce Brown.
Well, Schwartz wasn't putting up a fight there, but it actually worked out to his advantage. Swole getting in that corner hot. Lap rider was stopped. Nowhere to go.
Sound like Rod Stadamus calling those lap riders being a factor out there. The lap rider falls in front of Swole. He stops. He had just made the pass, and he is immediately going after the number 74 again. Is he getting a little frantic now under that helmet now? How do you not? The
I
nerves?
know, it's got to be hard to stay in control. And in motocross, when the adrenaline goes up, that doesn't always make you ride better. A lot of times that leads to riding tight, riding worse. So how can you keep your composure in this situation if you're Swole? He has to know the situation that he's in. As we find our leader picking his way through the infield twisties.
Swole trying everything he can. They're through the 10 Commandments now, heading off the Storyland. And Pierce Brown has just flat gapped him these last couple of laps. That battle and all that going back and forth has really hurt.
Swole is right back to the rear fender of Dylan Schwartz again, going to Storyland. He's on the inside, which is going to put him on the outside of the next corner back there.
More high drama. You saw it in that pro class, now here in the B class. Schwartz and Swole kind of determining what happens with this championship. Pierce Brown's done all that he can do. There's Schwartz.
No, I don't think
Nope, that's a lap rider there. Yeah, there's Pierce has got 8 seconds on them. We'll see them.
Kawasaki coming. What's making it tough is you have a Kawasaki and a Husky behind him.
Swole just got him.
Swole got him again.
And Schwartz just looked over his shoulder. That was it.
So Jalek Swole has done it for a second time. He has overhauled Dylan Schwartz. Let's see if he can hold it. And if he does, he'll be your champion with 2-1-2 moto scores.
Swole just carving up that outside line. I could tell as soon as Schwartz got past, he looked over his shoulder. I would say he looks a little bit tired now. Takes a look over his shoulder, no one near him, and Schwartz will settle for 3rd. Still have, I believe, the Lucas Oil last lap. What a big league player move that was. Jalek Swole earned that one.
All right, I'm going to head down to the podium area and sort this out. It should be, if it stays like this, Jalek Swole grinding out a championship. Pierce Brown did everything he could. He passed his contenders to get the moto win. But it's all about consistency in the 3-moto format. And a few too many mistakes cost him big time.
As we continue to watch the last lap for Jalek Swole, he's in control of his own destiny. Keep it on 2 wheels. Don't allow any passes. You will be the champ. That thing went back and forth mathematically several times during that race. And Swole really stepped up there. Did not get overly excited. Didn't blow it. There's Pierce Brown. Great moto for him. He's going to go 3-2-1, it looks like, as he heads out of the golf cart sweeper up and over that single. Swole continues to really be patient around these lap riders. Don't even get near them. Good Lord, as he almost hits one of them. Pierce Brown, 2 more turns to go. He's going to lock down a moto win. There is the number 63 of Pierce Brown. Out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. Your champ, here he comes on the Rockstar Husqvarna. It's going to be Jalek Swole as the foot comes off the peg here with just 2 more turns to go. Pierce Brown is your moto winner, and again, that turn just about got Jalek Swole. And Jalek Swole, doing the math in his head, he knows he is the champ. And there is Dylan Schwartz. He will come across in 3rd in the moto, 3rd place overall, and that will do it. Another barn burner of a moto. It's Pierce Brown, Jalek Swole, Dylan Schwartz, Hardy Munoz, Parker Mashburn, good enough for a top 5 as we get ready to toss it down to Jason Wygant. And he's going to speak with some happy guys for sure. The happiest of them all is Jalek Swole. Jason, you've got him down there.
Well, we're going to let Pierce Brown cool off. We'll talk to him about the moto win. Jalik Swole took a long way around. I don't even know. He went past the podium and has now come back into the impound area. I don't know if he's just trying to get the word if he had really won the title or not. So we'll let Pierce Brown clean up. We'll crown him as your moto winner, and then we'll bring Jalik Swole and the number 30 machine on up to crown him as a champion. And Dylan Schwartz, we'll talk to him too for a third-place finish on the podium with the Kawasaki. We got to get Pierce up quick. We got to get Pierce Brown on up here quick, talk about the moto win. It was an impressive one. He had to make passes, and he got it done. The lap time's certainly been there all week. I would say unofficially you could consider him the fastest of the week, maybe even of the A classes, but that doesn't always breed championships in the 3-moto format. Solid run, though, in this final moto for him. All right, appreciate Pierce getting reset. We'll bring him up to the podium. Here we are on RacerTV.com. Let's hear it for your moto winner, Pierce Brown. Well, you wouldn't go down without a fight. That was a strong ride, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I knew the championship was going to be a long shot, but I knew I had the moto one, so I just put everything I had into that moto, had fun, passed a few guys for the lead, and then I just cruised to the moto win.
All right, you got something left for your other class?
Yeah, next moto's at 2:30. Let's go.
All right. Who do you want to thank, Pierce?
First off, my mom and dad. I cannot be here without them. The whole Red Bull, Trolley Designs, GoPro, KTM team, and Scott, Dave Nil from Scott, Alpine Stars, WP Suspension, everyone from MTF, from Colleen, Tony, Brian, Pete, and that's about it. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Pierce Brown, your moto winner. Thank you, Pierce. We got to get some of the KTM folks up here. We got to move his bike off. We're going to bring the number 30 on. Pierce don't care if he's got another motor today. He'll do the work. All right, so let's get the number 30 machine on up to the podium. We'll get ready for a podium celebration with our champion. I'll call up our third-place finisher in the race. Let's get Dylan Schwartz on up, and we will hand him a bronze. And there's the Husqvarna folks getting the championship motorcycle ready. This man ended up being the X factor in the title. It depended on where he finished, how the championship was going to fall. He ends up on the box with third. Let's hear it for Dylan Schwartz. All right, Dylan, just take me through that one, man. Actually, your position mattered a lot, not just for yourself, but for everyone else.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't really in the points, like top 3, so I just knew I'm just going to give it my all, and that's what I did. I just got off to a great start. I ended up making the pass for the lead in like the second turn. And then from there on, I just tried picking good lines and smooth ones so I wouldn't tip over or make any mistakes. And I made that till like halfway, and Pierce and Jalik are riding good, and they just got around me. And we'll be back next moto.
All right, who do you want to thank, Dylan?
My parents, my sister, Monster Energy Kawasaki, Team Green, 60, Oakley, 7, Alpine Stars, Renthal, Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Maxima, my mechanic Jose, Jay Whipple, and just everyone that supports me. Thank you.
Dylan Schwartz, third place. Let's bring the number 30 machine on up, and we'll get our whole shot winner as well. Let's bring the number 30 machine up to the podium. Bring it on up, everybody. Let's bring the champion machine on up. Let's talk about the whole shot award. You want to thank some people?
Yeah, the whole shot, it was hard because I raced in the stock bike. So I take the outside to not get close with the factory riders on the inside. I don't know, I got a really good start. That's why I get the whole shot. But the track, it was rough, really, really rough. And I got focused, trying to focus on the track, in the race. And I do it good, and I'm so happy for that. I want to thank Moto X Compound, Fox, 100%, Mobius, Service, Roots MX for the graphics, and my dad, my mom, my sisters, and everybody can still look at this here.
All right, let's hear it for our Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award winner. Good work. Thank you very much. Take the photo there. We do have the championship machine This is my hiding spot from the helmet photo shoot. Let's bring the championship hardware to the stage. This will include a silver medal, which made all the difference, and the championship shield. Your new national champion of 250B is Jalik Swole. And he does it under pressure, grinding out that silver medal when he needed it most. Jalik, the math was tough in that moto. Pierce was around you. Schwartz was ahead. What was running through your mind throughout all that action?
Nothing really. I knew just to stay up, ride my own race, and I'll be all right. Had a few mistakes in the beginning, and from there I just had to calm down a little bit and really focus on Schwartz ahead of me. You know, I let him get a little bit of a lead, which was a little bit more on the non-comfortable side. But I just put my head down and put down a charge. I seen him making a few mistakes out there, and I knew where I could capitalize from it. And yeah, I just got it done. And I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, God for keeping me safe, my mechanic Brandon, my agent Ryan, Bobby Hewitt from Rockstar, Sean Murphy, Scuba, Malcolm Stewart, Roger Larson, 7MX, Aero Helmets, Alpine Star, WP Suspension, George the suspension guy, Rockstar NG Husqvarna, 7MX if I didn't say it, Aero Helmets, 100%. Just everybody who's helped up, my trainer Tim Ferry, Evie Ferry, just everybody, you know, it's a long list, but I'm truly thankful. I'm happy to be up here, and I'm going to look to keep this going.
Hey, when you got Schwartz the first time, you actually got held up. Lap rider fell right in front of you. What was that whole scenario like, and how did you stay calm?
Well, I didn't see a yellow flag, so I didn't even look ahead. I just dove into the rut, and he was in there, and I wasn't too worried about it. I just kept my composure and tried to ride my own race.
That's the key. Kept his composure under pressure, and that's why he's got the shield. I'm going to welcome Ricky from the American Motorcyclists Association also to hand him the #1 plate and officially crown Jalik Swole your champion of 250B. And we'll let it sink in now. The photo celebration has begun. And then after that, we'll hand out some champagne. I'm going to send it back up to the tower. Great racing today in A and B. Take it away, boys.